You know, since after Super Eagles game in New York, I've been trying not to talk about the game. I've not made any video, you know, after the game because I'm just heartbroken and devastated and angry and upset. That is why I've not said anything about what happened between Super Eagles for Nigeria and Zimbabwe in New York. But I'm calm now, so I can talk. Yes. Yeah, welcome to this sports channel. My name is Casey. This is the right place to be. You see, being on ground in Europe, seeing everything that happened between the game, Super Eagles of Nigeria and Zimbabwe. Seriously, I'm really angry and upset with everything. Not only with the players, but both with the coach, the management, and the NFF at large. Everybody has their own blames. But looking at it from this angle, let me start for the players. In the space of 1 year, we've had different coaches. We have 4 coaches, talking about Super Eagles of Nigeria. Pesero was the coach that took us to the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire last year. After Pesero left, Eguavon took over the team. Finidi Joe took over the team, and we saw how everything ended. Serozo came in as an interim manager, and today we have Coach Éric Chelle, the French Malian, is not in charge. So the players have had 4 coaches in 1 year, and every of these coaches that took over the team has their own philosophy, and now they have their own way of tactics, and now they have their way they want to play their game. So it's difficult, for this lad. And these are players that will come into the camp just to those 3, 4, 5 days, to blend and go back to their club side. So I'll call this of slacks here because it's not only their fault, but going against Zimbabwe, seriously, there are a lot of things that went down that I'm not happy. Let me start from Ekong. Ekong cost us that game. That's the truth. That draw was like a loss to Super Eagles, reason because at this point in time in qualifying to the World Cup, where we are after the game against Rwanda, Osimhen, look at what he did. He revived the hope of Nigerians. Getting that 2 goals with 3 points. We're fine. We're back. We're back. We're back to the going to the World Cup, and we all felt playing at home in the Euro in our own backyard. And the fans, one thing I like about Nigerian fans is we always want to support our. At the stadium, I saw the massive crowd that came out to cheer the Super Eagles. And what did they get? It was a heartbreak, and it was difficult because it was a close game. The Zimbabwe came with the game plan. What was the game plan? Sit back and hit on the counter, and because they realized that look, Ekong doesn't have the pace anymore. He only relied on his strength, and Ekong is 32, so that strength is no more there. If you look at that game, you look so many occasions. Bassi was covering for himself and for Ekong. That is true because Ekong has only been the Ekong that we used to know. Same thing, with the midfield. There's no connection between the midfield and the attack. And when I look at these players, I look at them week in their club side, I ask myself, what is the problem? These are players, when you watch them in the club in Europe, look at the way Europe plays in Fulham. Look at the way they play in Atlanta. But when they come to the team, they struggle. Most time reason is because the position. People complain they play out of position. Yes, as well as they play out of position. For crying out loud, these guys are professionals. That's the truth. You want to tell me if Iwobi, if his manager asked him to play from the left side in his club, not Fulham, won't he play? He won't definitely do that. Same thing with online, But in the other things, now Coach Chelle, for crying out loud, why playing online, at the left fullback? When you have someone like Bruno Nimechi, we saw the game against Rwanda. When Bruno Nimechi came to the second half, we saw the bite he brought. He brought energy into the game. We saw it. So then Olaine was tired. The weather didn't help matters. Yes, the weather was harsh. It was harsh on the players. These are players that play their football in Europe. Most of them are born in diaspora. That's the truth. But that is not an excuse. So I was expecting the coach to bring in Bruno Nimechi, just like what he did in Rwanda. But Alassane Super didn't do that. Bassi was tired. Ekong was tired. Olaine was tired. Osaisan was tired. Look at the chances we made. We had a lot of chances. First time, 3, 4 goals up. Osimhen was losing chances. Same to Lukman. Same to Moses Simon. Same to Didi. We have several chances. These are players that score goals in their club. Then what is the problem? What did that happen? It's really annoying. It's really annoying because I can't just imagine Super Eagles not going to the World Cup again. I can't do the manager. But the way it is right now, that's the way it's going. Because South Africans are not ready to slow down. They are not. They went to Benin. They beat Benin in Cote d'Ivoire because Benin usually Cote d'Ivoire because their home ground. They lost to South Africa. They performed Bafana Bafana that took us to leave. So they tell you a club. Look at my Bafana Bafana team. How many of the players played in Europe? Even Tao that played in Europe, he's back in Africa. Most of them played South African League. Look at the connection. Look at the energy. Look at our players from the goalkeeper to the attack. All played in Europe. Big club in Europe. And whenever they come to Nigeria, they don't put in their best. It's really pathetic. It's really annoying. Because Nigerians were really heartbroken in that game. After the final, we see a lot of Nigerians were just frustrated. A lot of people get up from their seats, including me that was on ground there in Europe. And for NFF, you see, it is hard time. If I had my way, it's just after that game, I was thinking the president should just disband both the NFF and Super. But just that they can't do that because FIFA will really come for us. It's really annoying when you have people running Nigerian football that doesn't know anything about football. A lot of them running Nigerian football don't know exactly anything about football. They are only there for their own selfish interests. They're only there for selfish interests. I know what football brings to this country. Football unites us as a nation. Football unites us as a Nigerian. Football is what brings us together. And the football like this, they are not giving us joy anymore. It's annoying. It's really annoying. I just hope the boys should understand what's at stake. Because look at the first angle. Osimhen, how old is he? Osimhen 27. He's 21 this year. And imagine Osimhen going to the World Cup now. If you say before, the next one is how we're going to be a senior. Same thing with the how old is he? At the moment, he's 28. How old is Alex Iwobi? How was that? I know. This is the problem. And going to go against Zimbabwe for crying out, we don't have defenders. Chelle may call a lot of players, attackers and midfielders. What is the problem? Look at Balogu. But games like that against the world, this is when we need experienced players. We need people like Balogu. In that game, Balogu is doing well with Rangers. You understand? He didn't call Balogu up. These are defenders that have seen it all. They play the World Cup. They play the Nations Cup. They've seen the things all. These are people you need around when there's tension, the team. The players are coming to that calm the station down. But what do you do? Those experienced players in the team to do that. They're all jittery. And Zimbabwe came out and they got that goal. They got that goal. It is really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. I don't know what to say. But one thing I want to tell the Super Eagles players, you guys should be careful. You guys should know what you're doing. Because the players right now who have a national team are social media players, are TikTok players. Players that all they care about going to social media, going to TikTok, Facebook, and do whatever they want to do. Yes, they are more serious compared to the days of Mikini and Omokachi, where they take football with the national team jersey as a pride, as a privilege. And this is where it comes in. Look, Chelle, you need to include the home base into this thing. Imagine if we have a 3-4 home base in that game. Then we're going to play the heart out. We're going to give everything up. Players are playing the home soil. You don't tell me we don't have 2-3-4 home base players. Then what's the point of calling Papa Daniel when you bring Coffee into the game? What's the point? What's the essence? What's the sense? Anyway, it's what it takes. This is Lit Sports channel. Subscribe and let me know in the comment section. Let me hear what you think about the Super Eagles. Will they qualify to the World Cup? I don't know. Thank you.